So in this video, I will show you how to clean the code or make it like a little bit more organized. So later, if after say a few weeks later, if you want to look into your code and then you can still understand it. So this one I think is quite okay because it's very short, but then I want to make it even shorter or more structure. Okay, so let us copy this one from here to here, and then later you can compare line for line the two of them. So as of now, they are the same thing. But after I restructure this, there will be a different thing. Okay, so I will use function all the way to make it more organized. So the first one, the function would be the load libraries. Okay, so I will organize them all the guys, those guys here from here to here. I will organize them in the same function, and I will use it later. Okay, so this one is actually from here to here. It actually uh, uh, it just to make the table from the data. So I will make input data function. Okay, and then this. And then this one will be, so now you have the input data already. And then, so by convention in our script, the last variable here will be the output of the function. So so you don't need to in some languages you need to return vowels like this, but then in our script you don't have to because the last one will be the return. So you don't have to return anything in this case. So the next one would be the printing function. I will keep it in here on top like this. I will put them in like different then a block format like this so that you can see it's line for line with the other. So it actually is longer than the one before, but then uh, you can see the better uh, better structure in this case. So it's more organized in this case. Okay, so I will make organize those guys into the main function in here. And then the first one I want to do is just to load the library, which is this one, which is the first one in here. So actually, I refer this one to the library. Okay, so the second one I would say values equal to make input data like this. So I have the values in here, and then later it will. I can put this expression in fun because this is the first expression we need to use to make sure that later we know the output, which is this one. Okay, so um, so our program is like this. So to make the table, and then to write actually I want to show input data in here, values and fp, so that I can put the whole thing in here. And then later I only need to make the input data, and then I show the input data fp, and then I can do something else in here. So after I show the input data already, then I can start to print in this one. Actually, this one is the same as the at the same as this one. because the first part is just to show the input data on this view, this Power BI view, and the second part is just to show the input data into the output file. So eventually mm, our main function is very structured like this. So step one is to mix the data and then to set the output file, HTML file, and step two will be show the output file in here, and then eventually I call the main function. So the whole my whole script here just function only except for the last one, and then it's a function call. So this structure is called the Church's lambda calculus model, which is like only to organize your code by function definition, and then the last one is the function application. So it's very well structured, and then later you can maintain your program more easily. Okay, so you can actually you can move the main function on top here also okay, because if, even when this one refer to the one below and then this one below here, but it doesn't matter because the whole script only need the definition of the function when this one is called. So that when the main function is executed, then it will look for this the main in here, and then the main in here will look for the make input data in here. So it doesn't matter if you write this the main function before anything else. It only matter when you call the main function here before the input data, and then it becomes a problem because when you execute the main function, or you want to compute this expression, then the script doesn't know about the make input data and show input data, and then you run into trouble. Okay, so the rest should be okay. And then finally I can put make data and show input data in front before those two, because those guys are very like not important function, and then it's very difficult. Even like the beginners, they also understand what those guys mean already. So I will put them, I will treat them like less important. I put them at the bottom. The top guy will be on top. So in this case, our main function is very important. You need to make the input data and then you show the input data. And how to make it, you have to define, oh, this is the way I make it. I make column 1, column 2, column 3, 4, and then I combine them all together in the same place. Actually, in this case, I don't need this one anymore, because uh, the data frame is the last expression and will be returned. So that's it. Okay, so now I'm done already. I want to make sure that this one can run. I need to try. Sometimes it doesn't run because of something. So in here you can see something is wrong already, because why? How come it's not line for line with the two not line for line, because of this. So in this case, because the ggplot function is not is inside another function, and then it doesn't show, you need to print the ggplot. If you write the plot this statement outside the any other function, it will print automatically because of the script convention. But then if you put inside here, and then you have to call the print function explicitly. Okay, so now they are line for line already. So you can compare them before and after. So this is before. So you have line after line, and then no structure. You don't know what's going on. Actually, you know what's going on if you are the author of this. So I'm the author of this script, and then I know what's going on. But then after 2 weeks later, I'm not quite sure. 2 weeks later, I'm not quite sure if I can read the script and then understand what I have done before in the past. But then for this structure, I think I understand. So this one is very clear to me, that I make the data first, and then I show the data. And then if I want to understand how I make the data, and then I look into those lines. If I want to understand the data, then I show I read this line. So normally you can add some command in here. It doesn't hurt the code, but then it will help you later to understand the faster, to read faster the code. So this one I will comment to print the table in in the PBI graphical console, which is this one. So which is actually which is this one, but they are both graphical console. And the second one I would say to print the table to the HTML file. Um, uh, uh, to use later. So this one, they will be outside Power BI. So if you close this Power BI screen already, you can still open from here. So it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is how you comment your code, and then so in if in the professional coding environment like Google and Facebook, and then the big tech company, they will have the different convention to make sure that you comment the code, and then the other guy. So if you leave the company already, and then the new guy come in, and then they just look at the command, and then they understand the code already. Although normally you have provide the documentation of the system before, because command sometimes it just on a small part of the your project only, but it doesn't give you the bigger picture. So you have to provide documentation and the design and then the workflow and everything in order to make sure that the guy who take over your work, he or she can understand your system or your program.